Hello and welcome. So, given the two triangles, answer the following questions. Essentially, we're going to be talking about triangle similarity here. Now, the first thing you look at is you look at the diagram and say, okay, which method of similarity do you want to try to use? And depending on what you're given will change on what you use. Here you're given three sides on both triangles, which means that you want to use the side, side, side triangle similarity. It doesn't make sense to use side, angle, side, or triple angles is because you don't have any angles here to use, right? So that's how you determine which criteria you're going to be using is what you're given in the original triangle. Alright, so if you're using side, 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 that only works if all three sides are proportional. Okay? Meaning that if the scale 2 times what number is going to get you to 10.2, and whatever that number is, 9 times that same number should get us to 31.5, and 15 times that same number should get you to 52.5, right? It should be the same scaling factor for every side to go to the next. Okay, so as we're looking at this one, we just need to fill in the following information. Alright, if we're gonna, it wants us to use decimals in our final ratio box. Okay, and we want every ratio must relate to the corresponding parts of each triangle to each other. Okay, so that means if we're doing side JY, alright, JY is this long side of the bigger triangle. So on the smaller triangle, which of the three sides corresponds? Well, JY is the longest of the three sides, so CQ is going to be the sides in the denominator. Okay, now you could also put QC. It's an either or. Okay, so you just have to put CQ. Don't worry about the line above it. You're just putting in the two letters, the two vertice points that is going to be creating the side. Alright, so side JY is 52.5 as a length, and CQ is 15. And that's all it wants is the next one is it says, okay, now you know which side corresponds to which. So now write down their actual values, and then from there just do that division, 52.5 divided by 15, and you'll get 3.5 as an answer, and that's the ratio. So if you times this smaller, we're using this one, so 15 times 3.5, you get 52.5. And that's all we're doing, is we're just finding all of the proportions to see if they're the same, to determine if they're similar. So same idea. This next one has a little bit different. It says 10.2. Well, where's 10.2 coming from? Right there. So that's the side from A to Y or Y to A. I'm going to use A to Y. Alright, so which other side is that going to correspond to in the smaller triangle? Well, notice AY is the shortest of the three, so it should be the shortest of the three on the other triangle, so K to Q. Or Q to K. Whichever two letters you want to use. Alright, and then KQ is 2. And then you do the exact same thing, so then 10.2 divided by 2 gives us 5.1. Now you'll notice that's not the same as 3.5, which means automatically you will know right now that no, they're not similar, and if they're not similar, then you literally just write, there should be on this drop down, it'll say not similar. You literally just pick that again. Okay, so that's what you know automatically as soon as these two do not match. However, you just need to double check with the third proportion. It doesn't matter, it's going to be either one of those two. You just keep filling it out. So the last one is K to C. Alright, so K to C is this one right there. So that'll be a length of 9. So K to C is a length of 9, and that'll correspond to the last triangle side we haven't talked about in the large one, which is A to J, which is 31.5. So A to J, 31.5. So then you just do that division, and you end up with 3.5. And that's it. Right? You know they're not similar because not all three are the same number. Now, if this had been a 3.5 instead of 5.1, yes, they would have been similar triangles, and then you would have written the similarity statement. So how the similarity statement works is essentially, this goes C to Q to K. Alright, so let's Look at this. So we look at C to Q to K. And we want to go through the same order for the larger triangle. So we start at C, which is between our red and green sides, between our 9 and 15. So that means that it should be J in the first triangle. So C, Q, K starts with J, and then it goes between, should go to your medium side, your shortest side there. So between the 52.5 and 10.2, which means Y is the next letter, and then it would have to end with A. So if they were similar, your similarity statement would be CQK to JYA. And you'd pick that particular triangle order for the next one. Okay, so order does matter. Make sure you're using capital letters for all of these, but that is essentially how you go through this. Side-side-side similarity. Thanks for watching.